Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. Today, exciting day because we are checking out Unforgiven by SSERAFIM featuring Nile Rodgers. I've been looking forward to this one for a good while now. SSERAFIM, I'm sure I don't need to introduce them. They are pretty dang big right now, and man, they are an incredible group. One of the newcomers to the scene. Sort of new at this point. They've been around for a little while. But they're fantastic. Their last album, or last mini-album, I guess, Anti-Fragile, was within my top 5 of last year. Within my top 5 releases. It was fantastic. So I have some very high hopes for this one. Without further ado, let's hop into it. So I just gotta say, this is a cool shot here. I'm curious how they pulled this off. It's like a drone going through or something. That's just a neat shot right there. Okay, the vocals coming together right there, really cool. I don't know what sound this is, but really cool, bassy kind of thing there. This has a bit of a jaw harp kind of feel as well. Great shift right here. Guitar in there. I imagine the pause isn't this long in the actual song. Love the vocals coming together there.
내 스타일로 living 내 방식까지 원 없이 또 한국말로 아주 철없이 Get started, let's get started 미래구 앞에 새겼던 나의 소리 신념이 지면 난 villain I'm not the Cinderella type of a girl
Really cool sound right there. Percussion in this section, really nice. Great beat right there. At the other reverb or echo, or probably echo there at the end. Why did I pause that? Was pretty cool. I like that. That was a solid ending. Yeah, cool song all in all. Cool song all in all. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this in the, I guess, just basic studio recording to get more of a feel of it, because, you know, there's that one pause that I'm sure was nowhere near as long in studio recording, though I do hope there is still a pause there that was really nice. But, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the studio recording to get a better feel of this, but very cool song, very cool song. A lot of different sections in there that came together beautifully. I like it. I do want to know what part Nile Rodgers had in this. Probably should have looked this up earlier, but I don't actually know who that is, so I'm not sure, but regardless, very, very cool song. Now, before we talk more in depth about the music, we of course need to take a look at the lyrics, starting off with the intro. Unforgiven, I'm a villain, you know what, I'll just leave out that last little bit going forth. We don't need it to get the meaning there, but Unforgiven, pretty straightforward there. They are... Man, how do I even describe that without using the word? We all know what unforgiven means. It's... When combined with I'm a villain, we get a bit of an idea of being an outsider, going against the grain, being someone that perhaps people are angry at, someone people hate. Unforgiven, I'm a walk that road. Going down their own path, but also customized. I don't know if it's an actual phrase or something I made up, because I do that sometimes. My mind is weird. But that idea of if you walk down that road, there's no turning back, kind of that idea as well. So an idea of taking their own path, but also doing something that there's no coming back from. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. It'll be remembered as a new era, Unforgiven. So they're bringing in something new, something that will be remembered for eternity, perhaps. They're bringing in this big change that is, you know, reinventing things. A lot of stuff packed into that intro. Verse 1, yeah, what you want? Discomfort on my face, want to shut me up. Of course, the person they're talking to, they're saying that's what they want. They want them to be uncomfortable, they want them to be hurt, and they want them to be quiet and to shut up. Warriors looking for game to hunt. In your game, I'm the problem, such a freak, such a headache. They are the one being hunted by these warriors. They're considered a problem, something to solve, something to fix, a freak, so an outcast, an outsider, perhaps an idea of something inferior as well, perhaps. And such a headache, pretty straightforward there. They're getting on their nerves, essentially. That is what, again, those warriors, the person they're talking to, that is what they think they are. Let me tell you about SSERAFIM. I hate shabby hand-me-downs more than anything. What I'm grabbing there is that, again, it ties into that idea, it'll be remembered as a new era, that they're bringing in something new. They don't want to be doing the same old stuff that's been happening in music or whatnot. They don't want to be doing the same old thing. They want to be doing something new. They want to be changing things up. They want to be reinventing things, and that is what SSERAFIM is. And I'm sure that ties a bit into that. If I remember correctly, SSERAFIM is... Oh, what's the word? An anagram, maybe? I don't know. For I'm fearless, I believe it is. So perhaps there's an idea of that wrapped up in there as well. Lighting up the dark like a rebellion. I've talked several times in the past about the meaning of light and dark. Dark is something bad. It hides away the truth. Oftentimes associated with coldness and so on and so forth. They're lighting it up, they're bringing back in that warmth and that goodness, etc., like a rebellion. Again, that idea of going against the grain, part of why they are unforgiven. We're going to kick it, break it, rules gonna give up. Pretty straightforward. They're going against the grain, they're breaking the rules and doing their own thing. Pre-chorus, unforgiven, yes, I was bleeding, I was powerless, used to lose every fight, but I ride. Despite the pain, despite the hardship, despite the, at times, weakness, they keep going, they keep fighting, and they're gonna overcome all of this eventually. Never asked for forgiveness or anything. Ties back into that idea of being unforgiven, that they didn't ask for any forgiveness. They're still gonna keep on doing what they are, gonna target taboos, watch me now. So they're, again, that idea of going against the grain and doing things that haven't been done before, and so on and so forth. That's something that we've seen, at least to a certain extent, within their music. So far, that there's been a level of... I wouldn't necessarily go so far as to say breaking the boundaries, but, pushing them a little bit from what I've seen and everything, so I can see that. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, I'm a walk that road. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. It'll be remembered as a new era. Unforgiven, nothing new there, of course. Chorus, come to that faraway land with me and my unforgiven girls. So going to a new world, recreating things ties back to that idea of the new era and so on and so forth. That, you know, all this new stuff, it's far away. They're taking the journey there. Come and cross the line with me, my unforgiven boys. Another fairly straightforward line right there. This is messing with my head. Sorry, line. I'm out of it today. Come and cross that line with me. Again, breaking through those boundaries, breaking past those boundaries. Unforgiven, unforgiven, unforgiven. Our names surpass all limits. Come to that faraway land with me, my unforgiven girls. So names surpass all limits. Again, that idea of going out there, breaking past those boundaries, doing new things, pushing back against those taboos, so on and so forth. Unforgiven, that's my style. I'm living. That's who they are. That's how they're living their life, going against the grain, being unforgiven. My way, I already got it all. Or say it in Korean, so pardon, I'm sure it'll be horrible pronunciation. Chol obsi. I am not confident on that. The annotation here says that that means immature, so perhaps that's how the SSERAFIM is being viewed, as just these immature girls who don't know anything. But hey, they're still going, they're still doing their own thing, and there's a certain level of maturity to that, I would say. Get started, let's get started. Before the future, carve out my story. Pretty straightforward there. If belief's a sin, I'm a villain. So if believing in these things and if doing their own thing is wrong, then, you know, they're the villain. They're gonna be the villain and they're gonna embrace that. I'm not that Cinderella type of girl. Honestly, I have no idea. It's been a little while since I've read the story of Cinderella, to be fair, but I do not know how that ties into there. Perhaps the idea of they're not that, like, sort of fairy tale idea, but that doesn't feel right for Cinderella because, you know, she went against all these hardships. Maybe it's something like, you know, they don't have the help of some fairy godmother and they're gonna have to do things on their own, but man, I don't know. I'm not grabbing I don't have the secret to unlock that one. I'm sure there's some level of fairy tale connection with, you know, the ideas of villains and everything, but I really don't know. Pre-chorus, nothing new. Refrain, nothing new. Chorus, nothing new. Post-chorus, and I don't need to annotate things. Nothing new. Bridge. Oh, I will never be a clown. Oh, you'll see what I'm made of. Oh, my voice is kinda loud. Oh, I don't care. Just shout it out. They'll never be a clown. You know, folks are making fun of them. They're not gonna let that be who they are. They're not gonna be that clown there just to be ridiculed and whatnot. Oh, you'll see what I'm made of. Pretty straightforward there. Oh, my voice is kinda loud. I don't care. Just shout it out. They are going to be unapologetically who they are, and they're gonna shout it out to the world, make everyone see that kind of thing. And then we have chorus, again, nothing new there. On and on, what is this song about? Well, I think we need to look back at this in comparison to their previous release, Anti-Fragile, where in Anti-Fragile we had ideas of sort of accepting their flaws and accepting who they are and starting to embrace those things. And again, just a level of self-acceptance and showing who they are to the world. Unforgiven is the escalation of that idea in almost a much more aggressive sense, kind of tying to that idea of being a villain, that they are going to go out and they are going to show everyone who they are, and they're going to make it very clear who they are, and they're not gonna be sorry about that. They're not gonna be forgiven for that. They are just who they are, and they're gonna show everyone, and they're gonna bring about some change with that. And yeah, it's those same ideas of sort of embracing who you really are and accepting all those different parts of you, pushed to the extreme and made much more aggressive and everything. And man, that is awesome. This is a great message. This was a song that as I started reading through, I was like, okay, I'm not entirely sure what this is doing. But as I've read through this and as I've pieced it together, like, that idea of being unforgiven is, I think, a great sort of rallying cry to bring folks together and just spread, in a sense, further acceptance and everything. That's just pretty dang cool right there. So yeah, fantastic lyrics in this track. Shifting into the music, man, that was a good song. Starting off with the vocals, they all did fantastic. I thought in the refrain, the refrain, well, as a whole was quite nice, but I really liked that little bit where all their voices come together. I thought that was really cool. Just a great additional texture to the vocals with that, with all of them coming together. But throughout, the vocals were fantastic. Well, I do think they grabbed me a little more in some of the stuff off of their previous album. This was really good. Like that, the vocals in that refrain are super cool. There is some texture in there and some energy in there that is just fantastic. And then, I mean, the chorus is great, the verses are great, the vocals throughout this track are just fantastic. But yeah, it is that refrain, especially where they all come together, that really grabbed my attention in this track. That was the section was like, oh, that's cool right there. So yeah, fantastic stuff in this track vocally. There's a little bit of guitar in there, so it sounded like some acoustic guitar in the, I don't know, is it the verses, the pre-chorus? I don't know what section it is, but there's some guitar in there, acoustic guitar. Really cool sound there. I liked that. You had some bass in there, really good bass textures. I think it sounded like sort of like a mix of like a bass and I really don't want to say like a jaw harp, but I don't know what instrument that actually would be. If it was just a weirdly tuned or weirdly played bass or something else, that was a really cool sound. But yeah, I mean, the bass in general in this track was really nice, great texture to it. It wasn't so much bass you could hear for the most part, but it was very much bass that I was feeling, and it felt great. A lot of other stuff in here. There were a lot of things that just aren't coming to mind on what they were, but a lot of different things in this track that were just super cool, super cool. And then some drums, some percussion in here. Not the best I've heard from the SSERAFIM, and not the best I've heard in K-pop in general, but it was fantastic. It was a good beat, a good groove. You know, I was able to get into it. It stood out to me more in other songs, but it was fantastic in this one. All in all, great track. The thing I really liked about this one is you had these different sections that were very different, but they all fit together very, very tightly. So this was a song that, in a sense, kept me guessing, where I was like, oh, I'm not entirely sure what's going to come next. Like, they could have gone so many different ways, and I wouldn't have been surprised. I would not have been surprised if they pulled a Sleep Token and had, like, a full-on metal breakdown in here. I would not have been surprised if they brought in, like, some big band jazz kind of stuff. I would not have been surprised with, like, a full electronic section, so on and so forth. I feel like they could have done a lot of different stuff in here, and it would have worked in the end. So this was a song that had a lot of different stuff, kept you guessing as to what was going to come next, and man, they pulled it off, which is tricky to do for sure. And you know, back to the Sleep Token comparison, look at their track, The Summoning. A lot of different sections in there. You've got the standard Sleep Token metal stuff, you've got the really heavy stuff with the harsh vocals and everything, you've got that chorus, that man, just the soaring chorus gets you in there, you got the atmospheric section, you got the funk at the end, all super cool. But man, that song, I say this a lot, that song just doesn't come together as well as it could have. This song, while not necessarily as out there as The Summoning, it has variety in it, and it pulls it together really, really well. Beyond that, in the analysis, I said, okay, then in the analysis, I said that, so the idea of being unforgiven is a bit of a rallying cry, in a sense, to bring folks together. I grabbed that in the music as well. This is a song to get you going, get you pumped up, get that energy out there, and I think a song that can sort of bring people together in a sense as well, and I grabbed that through the music. I'm running low on memory and the camera. Good thing I'm nearing the end here. All in all, really, really good song, high energy. I got into this. This is fantastic. As I've talked about this a bit more, I was like, okay, you know, I think some of their other songs have grabbed me a bit more and everything, but you know what? This one is really growing on me just throughout the process of filming this and talking about this. This is a cool song. I haven't seen this one talked about quite as much. I haven't seen it pop up quite as much as the other big one off of this album, Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's Wife. That's the one that I think got really big. But I mean, this track, fantastic track. Really cool stuff in there, really glad to have checked this one out and had the opportunity to talk about it a bit. But since I am running out of numerous space on the phone, and on the camera, and since I don't have much more to say, I'm going to wrap up this section. Y'all know the drill. It's time to figure out what we'll be checking out next time. I don't need to stream, I need to record so I can get the picker reel recorded. Okay, let's, I'm not gonna rant, let's just give it a spin and see what gets sent our way. Would be nice to stick with the K-pop. It's been a couple songs as late. Would be nice to switch back into metal. We'll see what we get. Is that IVE? That is the K-pop continuing IVE 2. That is whatever the most recent release is. I have no idea. But IVE, they're great. I literally only know their song Afterlike. They're a good group. I did really like that one song. There's that other song that it's the other one on the list. It's IVE 1 that I don't even know what song it is, but it's the one where they have like the airplanes in the music video, and someone made an edit where one of the members is jumping out of the plane, and they made the edit where they hit the ground and there's just a big crash and everything. That's why I put that song on the list. It's a little embarrassing perhaps, but that's why I put that one on the list. And then IVE 2, it releases, like, okay, I guess I've already got a song for them on the list. I'll put that one on there as well. And, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I have no idea what song this was. I think it released earlier this month, maybe into last month. Wait, no, it's still August, so I guess earlier. This is hurting my head. It released sometime early July, I want to say. I don't know, but IVE. I really like the one song I heard from them. I'm looking forward to checking out more. That should be pretty good right there. I don't have anything more to say, so that is going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music video so you can go check it out, support the artist. Since there is some more SSERAFIM content on the way, there will be a link to my SSERAFIM reactions playlist. Actually, no. I unboxed the, unboxed Anti-Fragile, so yeah, there's just SSERAFIM videos playlist, I guess. So that'll be down there. There'll be a link, and then there'll be a why can I not speak today? There'll be a link to my Korean music reactions playlist as well, so you can check out some similar content from me, and then links to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree which has my other stuff in it, in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, it's going to do it. So once again, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.